Do you want to learn steno by yourself and for free? Follow me. Step 1. Grab your keyboard. Take off all the caps from Q to open bracket, and then flip them upside down. Oh, sorry, my keyboard doesn't have any labels on it, just ignore that. Once you've got them flipped upside down, put your finger in the crack and check that you can easily press down 2 keys at once. If, when instructed to grab your keyboard, you grabbed your laptop, sorry you can't flip your keys, but you should still be able to press 2 at once. Step 2. Download Plover. This is a free open source software you can download for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Check out the recent releases and download the one that applies to you and install it. Once you get it up and running, it should look like this. Open the dropdown and select Keyboard. You should see it connected. Now in this area are the dictionaries. We don't need them yet, so uncheck all the boxes. Step 3. Learn the layout. If you're going to learn steno, you're going to have to memorize this new key layout. To do this, we're going to use a website called STENOGRAPhy. Making sure the output is enabled on Plover, practice these exercises until you think you've got the hang of where each key is on the keyboard. For your left hand, you've got 4 keys in the bottom row, 4 keys in the top row. For your right hand, you've got 5 keys in the bottom row and 5 keys in the top row. And for your thumbs, you've got 2 keys each. Having fun? Keep going. Step 4. Try your first steno chords. Chords are when you press multiple keys at the same time. Under the same dropdown in STENOGRAPhy, select this drill, and now you can practice your first 3 key chords. You can't type these one letter at a time. You have to press down all 3 keys at once. This is hard at first, but as you get to know the layout better and practice more, you'll find it getting easier, and I hope you find that exciting. Still having fun? Keep going. Step 5. Now that you can type on the steno keyboard, you're going to need to learn what chords correspond to what words. And we use a set of rules called a theory to describe how that correspondence works. There are a lot of theories out there, but the one I recommend you pick is Lapwing, because it's free. Lapwing has an online, free textbook. If you've followed all the steps in this video so far, you can skim quickly through chapters 1 through 4, and then start on chapter 5. You may have noticed that the steno layout is missing quite a few letters, so you'll start to learn your first chords, which represent those missing letters, and your first simple words. You can use the drills provided and learn how to use the website TypeyType to practice what is taught in the chapter before self-testing so you can move on to the next chapter. And so on and so forth. Keep on learning and go all the way through the end of the book. You may find that the book is really easy to read and the concepts are not hard to understand. But if you want to truly learn stenography, I recommend you slow down and spend a lot of time practicing each one so that you really feel like you know how to type them. It's true that understanding the book is easy, but having your fingers learn how to physically type it is hard. So for the best odds of success, practice each concept. Are you still finding this fun? Congratulations, you're learning steno. Step 6. By the time you learn the chord for G, you may start to find that your keyboard is no longer registering every key you're pressing correctly. And that's typical of most keyboards. Hopefully by this point, you've either given up or you are really enjoying it. And so maybe it's time to make this no longer free. If you need a really cheap upgrade, buy a keyboard that is NKRO. This basically means you'll have unlimited presses at the same time. But if you're going to spend on a keyboard anyway and you have a little extra money to spare, I recommend putting down about $100 to $110 on a dedicated steno keyboard. These not only have NKRO, but they also have all the keys lined up straight up and down, like they should be for steno. There's a lot of options, but some of the ones I recommend are the Starboard, which I have, the Uni, and the Eco Steno. Do your research and pick the one you like the best. Now, if you're really serious, you can go for a lever machine. These hunks of technology are used professionally in the courts, and they go new for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. It can be hard to find a used one for less than $1,000. Unless you know you're going to court reporting school, this probably isn't a wise financial investment for most people, but I'm just letting you know what technology exists. And that's it, that's the tutorial. By the time you make it to around chapter 16 or 17 in the Lapwing textbook, you should be able to write pretty much all of English. So where do you go with steno from here? Well, if you're having so much fun that you want this to be your job, you might consider going to court reporting school. You can train there for anywhere from 1.5 to 4 or 5 years to not only type steno fluently, but to do it all the way at 225 words per minute. And if this is something you want to do, just be ready. It's going to be hard. But if you're down for the challenge, why not go for it? Now, if steno is more of a hobby for you, just know that it is one that takes a lot of effort and time. If you made it this far in my tutorial, you'll notice that it takes a lot of practice. And depending on what your goal is, it will take some time before steno is a usable hobby for you. Many people want to use steno as a more efficient way to type, or maybe as a way to type even faster than they can on QWERTY. While this is absolutely possible and many people have done it, it may take you months to over a year to match your QWERTY speed, depending on what your QWERTY speed is. And that all depends on how dedicated you are to practice. So I hope this video helped you get your feet wet with steno, but I also hope that I'm setting the expectation that it's difficult and takes dedication. That's why I asked, are you having fun? Because if you are, difficulty and dedication are no problem. Alright, just capping off the video with my week recap. Last week I missed the video because I had a rough weekend. And I'm also coming to terms with, even though I've been doing it for 7 years, I don't enjoy video editing that much. So even though I have a lot of video ideas for you guys for steno vids, I have to take it slow, so bear with me. After an amazing first week of school, weeks 2 and 3 kind of started to drag. Like, we haven't had a lot of interaction in school so far, and I'm feeling kind of like by myself, so it's been a little hard to slog through the weeks, but so far the workload has been really light compared to the other semesters so far. So I'm glad to enjoy my weekend. I'm gonna catch the NASCAR race, I'm gonna catch the LCK playoffs, and I recently have a new hobby of studying Chinese, so I'm gonna need to focus up for that. Alright, I'll see you next time.